Hi guys, how are you doing? Hoping you're doing well. Welcome back to Chats with Therapist New Cafe. If this is your first time coming across this channel, I hope you'll enjoy the content here, and also you can support the channel by subscribing. If you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. Today's video we're going to be talking about identifying a good therapist. So we've been talking about what is therapy, what are the benefits, who should be in therapy. And just like in every other profession, there are people who their intentions are not right or their hearts are not right when they're doing therapy. Unfortunately for therapists, this is a new profession, especially in our country. We just got our regulatory report the other day, like a year ago. So there are many quirks in this profession. That is an honest fact. And yeah, so today I'm gonna help you know whether you have the best therapist and the factors to look out for when going for therapy. So the number one thing in therapy generally is building rapport. This is someone you don't know, you've gone to a stranger to discuss about your life. So how have they built that rapport with you? How have they gotten to know you? How have they expressed who they are? How have they created that relationship with you? Because therapy generally is a relationship between you as the client and the therapist. So how have they created the first steps of that relationship? Are you comfortable with how they handled building rapport? If you are comfortable with it and if you felt that they built rapport in the right way, then probably you have a good therapist. Another thing to help you identify a good therapist is how is this person listening to you? Because generally in therapy, you as the client, you're the one who talks more. So are you finding that in your session, your therapist is talking more? Yeah, in some situations, the therapist talks more, but initially as you're building rapport, as you're building your therapy relationship, you as the client talk more, since you're the one expressing yourself, you're the one expressing what you're going through. So how are you rating how they are listening to you? Do they keep interrupting you as they speak? Do they keep pushing to get your story even when you feel you're not ready to express yourself fully with them, even when you feel you're not ready to get to that part of your story? Are they pushing? Unajua kuna ile pushing yenye mtu anapush ni kama anataka kupata udako, anataka what happened next, what you can easily tell when someone is just pushing to get a story out of you, or when they're genuinely giving you a safe and supportive environment for you to talk about what happened, to talk about your story. Another thing is, are they empathetic with you? How are they handling you? Do you feel judged in that therapy session? Do you feel like, this person could be more empathetic to me after all? They are my therapist. So how are they expressing the empathy to you? And with empathy, it is easy to pick on it. You are easy to pick on someone who is empathetic with you, on someone who you feel they are genuinely caring for what you're saying, they're genuinely caring for you as a person. If you feel like that is not the case with your therapist, maybe you should look for another therapist. Another thing is, how do you feel, or how do you feel when you're in that therapy environment? Do you feel safe? Do you feel supported? Do you feel, how are you feeling? How is the spirit communicating to you on that particular person who's your therapist? Another thing is, how do they interpret the information that you give them? Because you find that in some cases, misinterpretation may happen because this is a human being. But do they keep on misinterpreting everything that you're telling them? Do they keep misinterpreting every part of your story? Do they keep feeling like you did that to yourself? Are you receiving their interpretation as something like, it was your fault, it was you who brought that on yourself, it was you who took yourself to that specific place, it was you who did this, it was you who did that? Do you feel like that is the case? Another thing is, do you trust your therapist as a person? Do you feel like that is a person worth your trust? Because this is a risky relationship. Because you find that in some cases people go for therapy and they end up more hurt. Like how people go to church and they end up hurt by the church. So it also happens in therapy. In therapy, sometimes you find that someone went and then trust was broken. Your therapist reached out to someone without your consent, and that is very wrong since therapy is a confidential process. They broke your trust. You don't feel like they are worthy of them carrying your story. How is your trust between you and your therapist? Yeah. Another thing is, are they sensitive to the information that you are giving them? How are they carrying the information that you are giving them? Do you feel like they're giving it the sensitivity it should have, or they're rushing it and brushing it through like it's just an every other day thing? Very important. Another very important thing is, from that therapy sessions, or from those therapy sessions that you have been going to or you intend to be going to, is your therapist making decisions for you? Because that should not be the case. You should be empowered to make your own decisions. If it's living a toxic relationship, is your therapist the one telling you that your relationship ni mbaya, wana bado uko huko, wana bado hujamwacha, sijui nini nini? No, that should come from you. You should be empowered enough to make your own decision. For you to feel yourself that, anyway, that person is toxic. Anyway, what I am doing is not right. Anyway, I should stop gambling. Anyway, I should stop substance abuse. It should come from you, not from them. They should empower you for you to be able to make that decision for yourself. Another very important thing is point of views. So do you feel like you're always contradicting each other when it comes to the point of views? Because even in a relationship, a general relationship, or even in a friendship, you should be working towards the same direction. So if moja wenu is always headed north and the other one is always headed south, you'll always be contradicting yourselves. You'll always be hamuelewani. So are they trying to understand your point of views? If probably your point of view is wrong, how are they working on redirecting you to the correct point of view? Again, this is relative. Yeah, so they should always try to understand your point of view on whatever subject you're working on, and they should help redirect your point of view if it's wrong. You know, probably your point of view is, I'm just doing drugs for the next 5 years or so and then I'll suddenly stop. Is that realistic? No. So yeah. And the last thing that I'm going to talk about, just like in every other profession, it's important for you to know your therapist education level. Huyo mtu ni therapist kweli. What papers do they have to prove that they are a therapist? What level of education have they gone through for them to say that they are a therapist? Very important. So I hope you have learned something on identifying a good therapist. If you have more points on identifying a good therapist, write them down in the comment section for us to educate more people on identifying a good therapist. I hope you have learned something and I hope you have enjoyed this video. See you in the next video. Bye.